What is up, everybody? All right, guys, we're here today. We are finally back with Unfiltered Brew, episode 22. You guys have seen him before. J. Edgar is joining us once again. We are here. First of all, want to give up. We did take a bit of a break, and that was on me. I did take a break from like everything, but now we are in it. We're back, and today we're just going to be catching up on the big news stories that we've missed over time, and to connect with all of you. Jagger, how's our day going today?
I'm tired. I want to go to bed.
He's tired. He wants to go to bed. Listen, we don't have something too crazy planned for y'all today, okay? Because I know you guys don't want to hear me talk for like an hour, okay? We get this. But first of all, I gotta have my green tea. I'm just trying to get through these because I need to. I'm getting low, and it's just to save space at this point. So someone's got to get it done. You know what I mean? Someone's got to drink these. Like someone's got to. JT, what is up? Hello. Thank you for coming in here. All right, guys. We're gonna dive in. That's what we're gonna do right now. We are diving in. Oh shit! Can I not have this here? Can I move you here? Okay, I can move you here. Hold on.
Where am I going?
You're not going anywhere.
I feel like I'm going on a trip here.
Hold on. It's OBS. It's like every time I... Okay, there we go. Can we do that? Okay, we can do that. New audio device. No, Discord, we're not doing that. Okay, there we go. You didn't go anywhere. We are starting off with some funny news from CNN. Now, we can all have our opinions about this, but I just want to say that I can tell you that this news is fake. And what is it? The study that came out of CNN is that video gamers may be risking hearing loss or tinnitus, study finds. Okay? They think that because we're being exposed to extremely loud sounds at concerts and playing video games, which I still don't understand how a concert can equate to wearing headphones to play a game or together. But hey, that according to new research, it said that 14 studies totaling nearly 54,000 adults and children worldwide have been exposed to high risk sounds, and that the more time that they expose themselves, that they have symptoms of tinnitus. they had their audiologist and people come in and saying that one study showed that individuals who play video games for longer times are at higher risk for developing hear loss. And I just want to point this out because I have had problems with my ears. No, this is no. And I'll tell you why. I have been listening to loud music since, and it has nothing to do with my ears, okay? I've gone to concerts, I've been playing games my whole life, and the music that I play is so loud that I think it should go higher and it doesn't allow me to. And I still hear every single footstep in Rainbow Six Siege, so you cannot tell me. You can't tell me. I mean, do you listen to loud music? Do you guys listen to loud music? Concerts? Like, what do you guys do?
I don't know. I've occasionally done it before. What for me, you have to remember though, I worked in industrial for almost my entire life. I've got loud engines around me.
Right.
I've got fans,
See, that's different.
equipment of different things, and plus, I mean, somebody might have been me cut the muffler off my truck at one point.
Okay. See, but that's different because I noticed like when I hear construction, my ears are very sensitive to that. Like it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear that for long, that's different. But I just want to say like for them to claim like right that the video games in our headphones, growing up, we didn't have headphones to play our games with. Like your TV was your headphone. Do you know what I mean? I feel like this new age has become like, oh, you need to get headphones to hear your game. Because growing up, we did not have any of this. And to be honest, this wasn't like a thing up until like later years. Like, would you agree with that? Because you know.
The thing with gaming though too, I mean, that's always been something that's been out there. I mean, maybe not so much in the beginning, but I remember playing
Right.
Mega Man, and there was never a warning on that. I just got the Mega Man X. Sorry, well, I got the X Legacy Collection too, but I got the original Mega Man Legacy Collection,
Uh-huh.
and they'll give you a warning for the flash on the screen and seizure possibility.
Yeah,
It's not just
that's
hearing; it's
right.
everything else.
But that's
And
different. Like your eyes, but hearing a game cannot be so loud that it would affect your, because if you think about it, there wasn't anything in a game to cause like sound. Like you had some music if you were playing like Smash Brothers or Mario Kart. But these are not the games that are like listening to our music today or ads or like, you know what I mean? Like there are things today that we are exposed to that just wasn't around back then. It was simple. And now with the headphones, let's say you're playing a shooting game, well, then that's really all you're going to hear, but it still doesn't go as loud as a real gun. That's why you wear your headphones. If you're going to go shooting, right? You want to protect your ears. It still doesn't get too loud. So I just don't see that being anything. And as someone who has tinnitus, which has not been caused by any of this. If anything, I have tinnitus probably because my music has been playing so damn loud, but it has nothing to do with video games at all. Like, I just don't see this being a thing. I think it's once again the news orchestrating an attack against video games. The whole like it makes us violent, that never sticks. So now they're saying, oh, it's attacking your hearing. But it's funny because they're saying video games are causing it, right? Why am I not reading anything about music or audio, any other kind of audio podcast? I don't know. It's only video games. I find that very interesting.
well, it's only video games because it's one of the industries that doesn't pay them enough for something. I don't know.
It's a little weird to me. JT says, I like my music with tons of bass and even have subs in my car, and I still have the best hearing and sound cues. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way. There's no way. I have tinnitus. My ears have been ringing for many, and I was told that it's like hereditary. It could be the hairs in my ear. We're still trying to determine like what they think it is. But my point is, they even asked me, they said, did you have exposure to loud music? This is a doctor, an audiologist. I went for a test and I said concerts. And she said like, how many? And I said like once or twice a year. And she said, that's not enough to even get yourself to be exposed to have hearing loss. It's not enough. So like if 2 concerts is not enough, playing some video games to hear some footsteps and some gun shooting is just not enough. And again, I'm just not seeing, as someone who listens to heavy metal, I don't see anything that says like, hey, maybe your music from iTunes or Spotify or anything is just targeting video games. And I'm tired of the gaming industry being targeted. I guess is what I'm concluding at. I mean, right? It is weird. You don't think like if they said audio such as music, etc., but it's video games. And they're like, they gave us on this article as well, safer ways to game. And like just basically turning it down, change your decibels, like it's just crazy. No more than 60% maximum. Like that, how are we going to hear anything at 60%? You know?
I don't know. I keep mine pretty low though, but these are pretty loud. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, but I mean, you have to hear footsteps. Again, it depends on what game you play. Of course, this all depends. If it's like something like chaotic, then that's one thing. But for Rainbow Six, you're gonna be fine. Like Call of Duty, you're gonna be fine. You do need to hear the footsteps, and you're gonna be fine. So if you guys are ever worried about it, just know that have someone who has spoken to a doctor. Like you would need to be exposed, like you said, to like an industry where like construction or around guns, things like that. Then I would say. Then I would say, what is up, Brandon? Okay, so we're moving on there. To the next corporation, that is Twitch, that we are on right now. I don't know if you've heard, but they've laid off 1/3 of its staff at the new year. They rung in 2024, cutting more than 500 employees. Which is kind of like crazy. I mean, I think Twitch is going down in a dumpster fire real quick. Basically saying that it was expensive, and it's just to save the company money. Amazon also cut 18,000 people at the start of the year. So, I mean, the reason I have a problem with this is because if you've noticed, Twitch is becoming more like OnlyFans and Pornhub and less about gaming. And I'm afraid that now that they're just cutting everybody, will Twitch ever go back to gaming, or will it just be more naked women writing on themselves? Or guys doing weird shit out in the world. You know what I mean?
I like weird shit out in the world.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of like, SA type of things I've seen that have been live streamed and nobody gets reprimanded for it. Like Twitch will ban them for like weed. That's what I'm saying. Like it's become international waters with like what you can get away with here. Exactly. Brandon said they have a shit ton of ads, right? And they don't need to they shouldn't lay off anyone, right? It should bring it back to gaming. And the reason I knew this was going to happen is when Twitch merged with Amazon, it was kind of a done deal. I think it sealed its fate. I won't be surprised if it's going to turn to Prime, if Twitch is going to change to Prime Gaming, or they already have Prime Gaming, so like Prime something with gaming.
Well, here's a bit of reality to go off this, and I try not to bring contemporary over with me,
Mm-hmm.
but I do a news analysis show,
Yeah,
and
you
I
do.
do it 1 day a week, sometimes 2 days a week. I actually just got done with it a makeup stream earlier, maybe an hour ago.
Love that.
But the problem with it is it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of putting workers, and even if they've got all the ads and everything out there, the cost of employing people is going up because there are new regulations on how you can employ. They're competing hard to keep workers or have workers in there. That's another really, really big part of it is the salaries have to keep going up because their competitors are pushing the salaries up.
Right.
And it gets expensive to keep people employed, especially in this economy.
It does, but the problem is Amazon has the money and they cannot convince me otherwise. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you cannot convince me otherwise that Amazon doesn't. The thing is like if they wanted to, Amazon doesn't even need to go to China to get any of their stuff that they bring over here. But what we order obviously doesn't come from America, right? 80% would say strongly, if not, that's a low number, comes from China. So like they're gonna import from there. And now we're just cutting off employees at Twitch, which is gaming. I just think it's the start of the end. Like I think now they're just gonna keep focusing on cheaper. That is the reason why Twitch is like not even a gaming platform anymore, and it's giving bad attention to, again, all the promiscuity that goes on Twitch. It's because they're trying to
Well, they
cut
know that
costs.
Simps come in and pay for it.
Yeah, but it's like but it's like if you're gonna keep cutting these people, I just hope that these employees like someone should make their own. I was never a fan of Kick. I knew that was
I
just like
have it.
it's so bad. Like I knew that wasn't gonna happen. So like Kick is not it. We need somebody, and I'm hoping these ex-employees, like somebody out there, can make it. And I this thing is that people like streamers, right? Greedy. Or like, I'm not going to switch if they don't give me like $10 million. Well, I think that a company should take smaller streamers, knowing that we're not going to get paid because it's a, right? It's a startup, but you build something wholesome that is literally focused on gaming, what Twitch has lost. And I guarantee that'll be the next big thing. If someone was to make a small company saying, hey, we can't really pay you, but if you're not already making a crazy amount on Twitch, then what do you have to lose, right? Coming into this, and then you build, and then bam, it starts off small. Like you got it. And then by the time that gets corrupt, I think by then, someone else, the whole cycle will have to start again. Sadly, that's just the world we're in. But yeah, I mean, that's it. It really sucks, but like 35% of its headcount is a pretty big number, especially for a company that's already been in hot water for the last few months.
There was, by the way,
Oh,
just to go back into some of the analysis of this, especially coming into the pandemic and trying to take advantage of some of the various different programs that were going on in COVID, there was a bit of overhire that was going on at that time too.
there was.
Keep that in mind.
There was because they had a huge demand when COVID hit. You're right. Twitch's numbers blew up. You are correct. They couldn't keep up
Well,
with
it
the demand.
wasn't. It was yes, they needed
Yeah,
the staff to keep up with
yeah,
it because their numbers blew up, but they didn't overhire because the more people that they could come back out and put to work, the more they could get subsidies from the government.
exactly.
So some of this might be a correction to that as well.
That's true. That's a very good point. Very good point. I don't know what's gonna happen with Twitch. We don't even know where we'll be. But listen, if someone's gonna make something nice and wholesome and not like Kick, I'm all for it. I like small businesses. We love that here. All right, next thing on our list, guys, Call of Duty. Speaking of which, we just mentioned it not too long ago. Um, Call of Duty 2025 will be a Black Ops 2 sequel. Okay. I don't know how this game is still pumping them out every year after they said that they were going to take a break. This is another company that's just gone under. We want Infinity Ward to take back Call of Duty. I personally think that's what needs to happen. Activision needs to stop. It needs to stop. But so it'll be Black Ops for the next two entries of the game, and the installment will be set in the year 2030. It's going to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 2.
Wouldn't that be Black Ops 3?
I don't, we already have a Black Ops 3. I just don't know.
Oh.
I honest to God don't know. What is up, Bacon?
Well, I mean, I understand the numbering aspect of it. I'm
I
playing a
don't
game
know.
called Final Fantasy X that has a sequel called Final Fantasy X too.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get it. And just so you guys know, I am going to play Rainbow Six after this stream. So if you guys are waiting for that, after this, I will go play. Guys, I don't know. This is weird. I mean, the fact we keep doing Modern Warfare, we started over with Modern Warfare. And then we were like, literally, we're on Modern Warfare 3, which we already had. They're like building it back by their like weird reboots, not reboots. Okay, Brandon, I see you, and I'm not going to lose today. The biggest loser here is Call of Duty. I'm just tired of these games that are copy and paste, and they think that, I mean, the last one was the worst it's ever done. Okay? I mean,
Yeah.
like, it's the worst it's ever done was Modern Warfare 3. All right? So now with this Black Ops 2, I don't think that, I don't know. I just don't think it's going to be good. I think once again, they're doing it. They took their first break originally. It was so bad. And now it's just like we're pumping them out. Like it's just a joke at this point. People really need to stop complaining about it and do what I did and just stop purchasing it. They won't care until you take money from them by not giving it to them. So, listen.
I'm not going to say too many criticisms of Activision because the next game that I stream is going to be an Activision game.
There you go.
Once I get done with Final Fantasy X.
Okay. Well, listen,
Well,
we're here talking
technically,
Call of
it's
Duty.
Blizzard game, but
Dude, the whole Blizzard, this thing is bad. We want to take him back. We don't want this. We don't want this. We don't want this. Like, we don't want this. I mean, I will say, like, Modern Warfare, the first one, when they rebooted it back, like, back to it, that was a really good one. I love that game. But I think Warzone kind of ruined everything, to be honest. I think Warzone became the focus, and now it's like, screw the games. And if you think, because I think, and I would say people hopefully agree with me in saying that Modern Warfare was awesome, and because we were introduced in Warzone at the same time, it's not a coincidence to me that that was the last best game. So, and yeah, Black Ops 2
I,
Bacon was amazing. It was. That it was.
I mean, if we get sick of the Activision shooters, we could always just go back to Fortnite.
God, no. Although Fortnite's making a huge comeback right now, but God, no, I will never play. I will never play. And another bad developer, Naughty Dog, you guys know, made Last of Us. So don't worry, they're not focusing on Uncharted anymore, but we have two new single player games in development that are, and I quote, ambitious and brand new. Okay?
So it's not going to be another iteration of Crash Bandicoot.
No, it's gonna be woke. I know what that means. Ambitious and brand new means it means woke. I know it. This is where they're going. They made it like that. They're ruining it. They got rid of their best. I mean, Uncharted put Naughty Dog on the map. They got rid of Annie Hennig, Amy Hennig, Hennig, whatever her name is. Anyways, my point is they got rid of the girl that put Naughty Dog on the map because Uncharted is seriously one of the best. Okay. And she didn't put her garbage in there. Not even up to the last game she had, she didn't. And now that I'm hearing that it's ambitious and brand new, it's sounding like it's just going to be a lot of garbage shoved down our throats yet again that we do not want in our games. Yeah, COD ruined it
Pretty
for you.
sure that I'm pretty sure that Crash Bandicoot put Naughty Dog on the map.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, well, Naughty Dog was okay. Yeah, sure, put him on the map, but what got their success? It was Uncharted. It was Uncharted, hands down. Uncharted was one of the best selling games in the time of Naughty Dog. No one knew of Naughty Dog, and then you had Last of Us, which of course you have all that happened. But Uncharted was there. Uncharted, literally for the storytelling. I mean, it was such a well received game. I mean, Last of Us is amazing too, but not the second one, as I've mentioned multiple times. But my point is, the girl that helps you in so much gained so much popularity. You drop her, and now that I'm hearing it's ambitious and brand new, it's sounding like it's just going to be a lot of garbage shoved down our throat. They did cancel The Last of Us Online. I don't know. I'll try to go in with it with an open mind because let's say I'm wrong, which I have a feeling I'm not. But I'm actually over Naughty Dog and how they treat their employees. It wasn't cool. Uncharted was still the best game to me that they have made, and the fact that they don't want to continue it and they can't even allow her to continue that franchise with anybody else is gross. It's gross. It's done. Like Uncharted is done, and it's a hard pill for me to swallow that it's like forever done. You know?
But I'm also not going to lie. I mean, if you've got that kind of success with a franchise, why would you give it away? I mean, they didn't even consider going back to the citation I keep going to, Crash Bandicoot. They didn't consider giving that away to Nintendo
Well,
until
okay, so
basically it was completely spent.
they fired her.
Hmm.
Well, they fired her. That was the thing. She was in the
Right.
middle of a project too, and they signed NDAs, so she has never talked about why or what happened. But something clearly happened that she left because she would never leave a project in the middle. And I know that because like everyone that works with her has said it. And I could just tell, like, to me, it's one of the best writing in games has come from her. Very cinematic. Like, I think she brought a cinematic touch to gaming that we have not yet seen before, or she really set the blueprint for other people to follow. So I'm a huge fan. I know she's like working with like an independent company, I think. I'll have to check in on that, but it's really sad. It's really sad. But it is what it is. If she, I just hope that she make. Oh, she does Star Wars games. Duh, that's what she does. I just don't do Star Wars. And those are huge right now. That's right. She does Star Wars games. I forgot about that. As someone that doesn't watch or like know anything about Star Wars, I now realize that that's what she's doing. I just got remembered. So yeah, that's where you can see it. But speaking of good writing in games, Horizon, which like Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West, the next game, so it got released as PS5, was released on PS4 as well later on. But sadly, the next Horizon game is most likely going to skip PS5. The upcoming Horizon, it's actually the RPG, like the MMO RPG as it's listed. It's going because they're listing jobs for people to work on it for PC and mobile platforms only. So I don't know if this is going to be like
Ugh.
a triple A game because I hate mobile gaming. But I do know for PC for sure. So I don't know if they're morphing into PC. I think that would hurt them. But the next game, whatever we're getting at, is definitely skipping the PS5. It's going to be released in 2025, is projected. Um, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the problem. Like, this is, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they were successful because they were console heavy and then they released Horizon on PC later. I
Mhm.
mean, it was one of the best. I mean, it sold 8 million on console because that's what it was at. Like, that's huge. I mean, it sold 24 million worldwide. 8 million sold in just April of 2023. Okay? Like, that's freaking huge. I don't know if this is going to hurt them but we're also prejudging. Like, it also could not be like an actual Horizon game. It could be like a spin-off, maybe, to get people to, or like a, you know, like not a full game just to get people maybe to get into Horizon. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it would hurt them if they were to move to PC, skipping the PS5?
See, I don't. I'm not on the console side of things, so I don't know how things go with that. I know a lot of, especially guys, usually will have a PS4, PS5, or an Xbox. I looked this game up because I had heard of it, but I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about it, and I noticed that there was no Xbox entry anywhere, just
No,
the
it's
PlayStation
just Sony.
and the Steam.
Yeah. Yep. It's a
Um,
Sony game, that's why.
for Sony to skip their own console, though, that does raise a few red flags for me.
Well, I mean, like they're Sony, but the person that makes it is the Guerrilla Games. Like that's who makes it. So they're the ones that get to choose. But that's what I'm saying. I think I don't know. Unless, like I said, it's like not a full Horizon game. I don't know if it's gonna be I don't know how long it's gonna take, and I think that's another thing that matters. Like if it's gonna take not many years to make this game, then there's no way they can make a full-on Horizon game. I mean, this game is beautiful. I've never had so much to do in a game until I came into Horizon. Like there is so much to do. So I just don't know. But if it's gonna be released in 2025, that tells me it's not gonna be like a full game.
I
Okay.
just added Zero Dawn to my Steam wish list.
You should. It's really. I mean, that's the one. Okay, so I played with Forbidden West because my PS5 when I bought the console came with it. I had knew nothing about it coming in, and I was like, this game's kind of whatever. I fell in love with it, and now I'm playing the first one right now. Actually, I went back to play it. It makes so much more sense. You should definitely start with the first one. It's an amazing game. It has become one of my favorites. So like,
I
yeah,
know when I put Zero Dawn on my wish list, it said it was similar to New Vegas and Fallout 4, so
I can see
you've
that.
caught my interest already.
I can see that. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna say that if it's in 2025 release, it's gonna be really smart if it's like Horizon Universe to get people on PC to be like, oh, this was a lot of fun. Now I want to get a console. And now I'm gonna go play it there. I think that would be really smart. So I don't know yet, but I hope that they obviously stay with Sony, and I'm sure with their contract it all matters. Um, Okay, chat says the root of this lack of desire for companies to get their if a company screws an employee over, the employee has a duty to refuse to sign any NDAs and drag the company through the media and the mud. I wish it was like that. NDAs are literally meaning like if you sign an NDA, what that means is that person, if they screw you over, they can get away with doing whatever and you can't speak upon it. That's the contract, basically. And
No,
if you know,
I cover politics for a living.
right.
I'm very well aware of what an NDA is and how many of them are out there, and
Yeah.
there are many of them.
Many. I mean, only
I'm
like
just
suspicious people would make you sign an NDA. Just saying. Just saying.
and who is it that said that in the chat?
You don't see it? It's the Hanvong.
How's that pronounced?
Hanvong. Is it not? Am I wrong? No.
I just call him Vong. He came over with me, so
Oh, really? You just call him Vong? Okay.
Yujin Vong is how it's
Oh,
pronounced.
you. Oh my God, I said Hanvong. Well, listen. I know multiple languages, but like nothing of that is in my thing. All right. How do you say
It's a
it?
Star Trek thing. Yujin
Yuj
Vong.
Fusion Wong. Geez, Star. You guys in your freaking Star Trek, Star Wars. All right, Vong it is. Anyways, yeah, I think, like I said, I'll move on, but that's my opinion on what that is. Hopefully, it's just to give a teaser for people to cross over. But I absolutely love this developer. I love this game. I love it, and they're gonna make a TV show of it. It's in development, so we shall see what that's gonna look like. On good news, by the way, got some good news here that the PS3 has millions of active users as of today. As of today, it's got huge numbers surpassing millions. The numbers have fluctuated as of December and February of 1.9 million to 2.3 million active users. And just so you know that the PS4 monthly active user is also at 71.5 and the PS5 only stands at 37.1. And I 1000% agree with you, Bacon. I thought the PS3 was and will always be the best console to exist. And no one can change my mind about it. I thought it was better than the
Never
PS4.
tried.
I think it's better than the PS5. I do think the PS4 is better than the PS5. Personally, the only good thing about the PS5 that I like is the download times are crazy fast. That was it. But the PS3, you guys, I still play it. I still play it. I am on it quite a bit, actually. Currently plugged in, like ready to go. I think the PS3 ran like a PC, very similar, felt like a computer, and I feel like that was so different. It's just the most different console out there. It didn't feel like anything coming out of Sony. It just felt like something new. All the things you could do on it, it was so versatile. You had third party, you could use third party equipment with it. PS4 started that whole like you need to buy Sony products, right, to get your pockets. But PS3, you could literally have any third party device plugged in. I mean, Super Nintendo, what are you talking about? That's before my time. I grew up on Super Nintendo. Hello? Super Nintendo is what got me into gaming. That was my first thing. That was my first console I ever had was Super Nintendo. So no, it wasn't before my
I
time. It was during my time.
I had the original gray box before that.
I have the gray box. Yeah, but I take good care. I know it came out before I was born, but you do know I have an older sister, right? I have an older sister, and by the time I have pictures of me as a baby with a controller in hand, and that was the first thing we had up until we got the PS1. So yeah, but PS3 hands down best. But the thing is, it's crazy that people are playing it. I'm gonna play it this weekend actually. But you know what's crazy? It had a really terrible launch. Okay, sadly, it had a terrible launch. Like it wasn't as sold as like what it is today. But then it ended up the player base growing and growing and growing, and now to see it grow, it's so nice for me to see people go back and play their older stuff because the newer shit that we're getting is just not cutting it to me. It's like nostalgia, but you're still in that era of modern gaming. I absolutely love to see it because we're tired of this new stuff. I mean, do you go back to begs the question, would you guys go back and play anything old or would you stay with what you have?
I just bought a Wii, so
I mean, yeah. I mean, Wii was great. Dude, Wii was awesome. The Wii was a time. That was a good time to be alive. It was a good time. I love
you know
all
what's
that.
really cool is I looks like I can get a working PS3 for under $100 on eBay.
There you go. I'm not shocked. I don't know why anyone would. I have the fat version too. I remember, so I had to go to GameStop. I totally remember like it was yesterday buying it. I went in. It was right after my basketball game. Okay, right after my basketball game. Right. I went in. I had all the money saved, all my cash from like my Christmases and stuff. I went in and I bought me that with GTA. Was it? Or no, I bought GTA late. That wasn't at launch. Yeah, that wasn't at launch. That wasn't it. I bought it and it was this huge box and they all clapped for me when I walked in. I bought it because I'll never forget. I love the guys that worked there. That sadly GameStop closed down, but they were awesome. And I'll never forget it. Wii Sports should be an Olympic sport. Don't, shouldn't it? Yeah, you hold your Wii or you was hold your P for a Wii or yeah, hold your Wii for a Wii and that lady died. Yeah, she drowned herself. It is what it is.
Hmm.
If you're gonna be that dumb to understand that if you don't pee and you drink in excess water, you die, then I guess she didn't get it. The moral of the story is she didn't get it. But yeah, this is so
That's
exciting
called
for me.
natural selection.
Naturals, there it is. Like or not, I can't with that. But yeah, to me this is so exciting. I still play PS3. My cousin comes over. We literally play so what is it? On the Modern Warfare 3 and not this new one, so original one. We play that survival mode where it's like waves of enemy. We go to see how long we can last. It's great. It's good times. It's good time. I mean, like I said, PS3 will always be my favorite console. And speaking of consoles and what won't be on PC this time, GTA 6. Now the whole world, as it's been the most watched game trailer ever, GTA 6, we all saw the preview, is actually not coming on PC because the console versions have sold much better than PC, but that doesn't mean that it won't be available down the line. They do have a release window, but we haven't confirmed a PC version. My guess is that it will be just not for many years, like probably like 4, maybe 5 years online. I could be overselling that too. It probably could be less, but yeah, it's so exciting because I mean, to me, old GTA will be better. I don't really care for these new GTAs, but I love a company that recognizes that console is better than PC because many people do have console and it's just easier. It's convenient, especially older people that don't have a gaming PC, but it's convenient for them to have a console. So it's exciting. So no PC at launch, but it will come. Are you gonna get GTA 6?
I'd have to have a console first.
I know, but you have time by then. You have another year. I think we get 2025. Yeah. You have a whole year.
That
Like
would
we
involve me.
just got into
That
2025.
that that would involve me buying a new console.
And
That's something that never happens.
well, maybe it should. I mean, you got a whole year to think about it, but I'll definitely be playing it. But it's exciting to see. It's gonna be insane with the
I've
map. It will. It will.
I've never played a GTA game. Well, I played a little bit. I do have Vice City on my PC,
Oh
but
God, it's my
the
least favorite.
controls are so wonky on it.
Dude, Vice City's. That's not where you should start. That's definitely that. I wouldn't start with Vice. That was like my least favorite. They have a console too because they're too poor for PC. Listen, I didn't know what I was doing with my PC. I have a top of the line PC, right? I prefer console. I still spend more time on. I use my PC more for like work and like Microsoft and all that more than I do for gaming. The only game I really play on PC is freaking Rainbow Six. Like I need to actually get more games where I'm just wasting the thousands I spent on this thing. But I still play on console all the time. Like I'm constantly on console. Okay. All right, Brandon. All right, Brandon. I see you. I see you. Okay. But my point is like, I would like to see, I don't know if you guys want to suggest like what games on PC I should get or what, but I still play console because they got split screen. And the thing is, we don't get much split screen anymore. You don't get that on PC. Your anti-ego. Clearly. Clearly. But yeah, I still have it. Like I said, I have top of the line, but like, I don't use it. So, like, I use it for like multi-tab, like I said, programs and stuff, not this. I mean, I wish, but I still think console's the way to go. Console is the way
I
to
can't
go.
even really suggest a PC game for you because I just got the ability to play modern games like 3 weeks ago.
Exactly. Split screen for cheaters. Usually they're on my team when you split screen, Brandon. Okay, you're on the same team. But yes, that was a thing. I used to put a blanket. I used to be very serious, like on GameCube and stuff, so no one would see my side. It was very serious back in the day. Um, but yeah, so we'll see. I mean, I will say with how big the map is, like Bacon has said, I think that PC, I don't even know what kind of specs you would need. It might, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I can't even think about that right now. Um, okay. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, the Game Awards did take place during our hiatus, and we're just gonna kind of go through the winners and like the controversy that happened here. Um,
Okay.
what's up, Brosif? Wait, you're looking at their screen and don't use team chat? Brandon, you're on the same team. Even if it's like Mario Kart and stuff, there's not really it's not cheating in Mario Kart. You can't really cheat on that. You're either in first place or you're in last place. You know what I mean? Starfield should have won more. I mean, I agree with that. I'm not even a Starfield person, but I don't think Baldur's Gate is even this good game that everyone says. Like, I've seen it. I think it's not my cup of tea. I think, but I do think that the group was kind of ass. Okay? Alan Wake 2, I mean, I love Alan Wake, but do I think it's game of the year? Probably not. Then you have Spider-Man 2, which we all know our opinions. Exactly,
Mhm.
Brandon. I agree. That Spider-Man 2 was mediocre at best. Super Mario Brothers, like I don't even know what Super Mario Brothers were even on. Resident Evil 4 remake, like a remake shouldn't even be up for Game of the Year. And Legend of Zelda, like no thanks. You know what I mean? Oh, really? Weird, Brandon. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Um,
The Legend of Zelda always wins.
That's what I'm saying. Like they always win something. It doesn't have to be game of the year. But like last year, I was pissed that Elden Ring beat God of War. Like last year we had Horizon, God of War, Elden Ring, and whatever else. Like, it was popping off last. It was popping off last year. This year, this is what we pull from. Like no wonder why Baldur's Gate won. I wish Elden Ring was this year because then I would say it's good. But like God of War should have won, and I'm not. And Horizon should have won something. It should have won something. But Alan Wake 2 did win for best game direction, which is awesome. Awesome to see. I think it's one of it's a horror game, but it also feels like an HBO series at the same time, like True Detective vibes.
Hmm.
And that's what I really like about Alan Wake. So it's cool. I really love the storytelling in it. It's so compelling. And that's why Best Narrative also went to Alan Wake 2. I'm telling you, it's like so I love things that I feel like it's a TV show. Like you're not just playing it, but you're like watching it and unfold as if you are watching something on Netflix. Boring ass game, God of Snores? Are you kidding me? God of War is amazing. No, sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Brandon. Best art direction, Alan Wake 2 yet again. This is for outstanding creative or technical achievement. Best music, Final Fantasy, and I remember you telling me, J. Edgar, that Final Fantasy had some of the best music, and it seems that you
It
were
does.
proven correct.
It does, and they consistently over and over again have incredible and memorable music.
Really? I have to give it a listen then. Which one
I
should I
think it's the
start?
same composer.
Oh, really? They
Yeah.
kept him? That's nice. Do you think okay, so if I were to start like listening to the soundtrack, which number of Final Fantasy should I start in? Like what's your favorite?
I think most people would recommend, and I've never played the game
Hmm.
myself. It's on my list of things to do on stream. Is 7 is the one that's most memorable and recognizable.
Okay. 7. Gotcha. I'll have to give that a listen. Um
There's
mm,
it's remixes. It's not original music, but it's a fairly good representation of the original music. If you put, there's an album out there you can get on Spotify called Black Materia
hmm.
that's remixes of Final Fantasy music. That's I mean that's part of what carries the popularity is so many people know that.
Okay, I'll have to give that a listen then for sure. Okay.
And yes, 7 is well overrepresented in that, which is not bad because it's good music.
Right.
Even from somebody who's never played the game, it's good music.
Okay, we gotta give you heard it here. That's something I'll definitely have to go give a listen. I love music, so I'm definitely up for that. Um, Recognizing best game in audio and sound, so and sound design went to Hi-Fi Rush. I have never played that, so I cannot speak, but they won for best. You know who wouldn't is Call of Duty because I know that they have ass audio. That I know. Best performance for an individual for voice acting, motion, or performance capture went to Neil Newbon of Baldur's Gate 3. I have no idea who that is. The only person I recognize on this is Yuri from Spider-Man 2 and Idris Elba for obvious reasons. No one else I have recognized, but that's who won. Games for impact for thought-provoking or pro-social meaning went to I cannot pronounce this. It's TCHIA.
Chia.
Chia? No idea. Best ongoing game went to Cyberpunk. Crazy. Cyberpunk won. Um it did that. That's kind of crazy. I guess it was against Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Final Fantasy 14, and Apex. I would assume something like Apex or Genshin Impact actually would have won that because I know a lot of people that play it.
Hmm.
But that was not it. That went to Cyberpunk. Um, so for best indie game, Sea of Stars definitely won that one. Best debut indie game went to Cocoon. Yeah, I couldn't get into Cyberpunk either, and I actually got a refund on the game, but I was able to keep the game itself, so I still have it, and I have no use for it. So maybe I just sell it on eBay myself one day, who knows? But I was able, I have my Steelbook though, and I'm not selling that because I collect the Steelbook and all that. But I would just get rid of the game.
I'm gonna try it. I have it on my wish list.
Have it. If you had a PS4,
Yeah.
I would have just handed it to you.
I don't have a PS4.
I know, that's my point. So I said no.
I have a PS2,
Doesn't
so you
count.
can hand me half of it.
No. Best community support for responsiveness, social media activity went to Baldur's Gate 3. Obviously, their controversy with that whole what was it? Because I know we talked about it. Bestiality. That was definitely talked about here. Um, Best VR AR game went to Resident Evil. I figured that was gonna win. I'm sad Horizon didn't win, but I can understand why Resident Evil got that. And innovation and accessibility. So hardware, so basically means like elite hardware and content to help games enjoyed by a wider audience went to Forza Motorsport. Because clearly it's gonna go to a car game for innovation. I mean, that makes sense. I would assume that that's where it was gonna go. And best action adventure game, Legend of Zelda. See, they always win something. Like, yeah, they may not get game of the year, but they always win something. Best RPG, I think should have been Final Fantasy or Starfield. But it was Baldur's Gate. So, I don't agree with that. Best fighting game, though, which I thought would be Mortal Kombat, but it went to Street Fighter 6. And best family game, obviously, went to Super Mario. And like you guys can see all the things that have happened. Like the rest are like esports and all that. But the most anticipated game though, you'll like this, was Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That was the winner.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so, and then I don't know how best adaptation went to Last of Us because I can't with that. I thought the show was terrible, but to each their own. Yeah, so it seemed like Baldur's Gate kind of took over. I still think that last year the competition was tough. This year we were kind of scraping at the bottom of the barrel. So it is what it is. And, you know, I don't know what next year's going to bring. I honestly don't know. I would assume GTA, whenever GTA comes out, they're going to take over. Like, I don't want other people to even get like nominated because I feel bad for them because it's obviously going to go to them. But yeah, that was the Game Awards in a nutshell. And if you guys are interested, you can get, there's a huge PS5 sale right now that you can get these games like Control Ultimate Edition, which is a freaking fantastic game. It is now $9. Okay? $9. Okay, before we continue, Bacon says, what did you think about Spider-Man 2 not winning anything? Rightfully so. The game was mediocre at best. The combat was weird. The combat did not feel good at all. The storyline, meh. I find that they're forcing the whole Miles transition on us. I don't care to play as Venom, Miles, or MJ. There was too much MJ too. If I wanted to play stealth, I'm going to go back and play Splinter Cell. I did not like the game. I think it was my least favorite Spider-Man I've played in a very long time. Because, like, I'm not in Marvel Universe at all, but Spider-Man is the one game that I've played all of them. Even if I haven't seen all the movies and stopped after Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man, I still continue to play the games. And so I thought it was a waste of my money, to be honest. I'm sad I paid full price. I think it's a $40 game at best. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. But if you really want to get a good game, Control. And the fact that Ultimate Edition, I don't even think I've had Ultimate. I had the one under that. $9, you guys. $9 freaking dollars. Resident Evil 2, $9. Deathloop Deluxe Edition, $15. $15. Uncharted. Please, if you guys have never played Uncharted, you get all of them. Legacy of Thieves Collection. $19 for multiple games. Multiple games get you $19. Persona 5, $29. Sonic Superstars, $35. Dead Space, $40. Ratchet and Clank, also $40. So get yourself, those are the big deals happening right now on your PS5. And for Bro Stuff, we're talking about Spider-Man 2. There shouldn't have been a parry system. I agree with that. My friend was losing a mind, but I agree with you how they changed everyone's look. It made it look weird. And it looked weird watching gameplay. Yeah. It was not a fun game to play. Like, I honestly, once it ended, like usually in a Spider-Man game, I spend hours, even if I'm just swinging, because I love the swinging of it. I'll do side missions and everything. I only did the trophy hunting, and then I quit. Like, it was over for me. Like, I only finished the game in days because I wanted it to be done. And I finished it in a week, really. And that's like completing it 100%. I mean, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. They're like pushing it too much. Like this whole like, we just had the Miles game not too long ago, which I guess to be a standalone was whatever. Like it was, I actually liked the Miles game, Miles Morales one compared to Spider-Man 2. Yeah, I didn't like it, but that's just my opinion. I would hope that a lot of people agree because I've seen it pretty split online. You know what I mean? Before we go, guys, I know Jay, I agree. You see, this what happens when you don't have consoles and stuff, so you get behind on all this. He has no idea. Have you even played a
I have
Spider-Man
no
game?
idea. No, I have not.
Yeah, I mean, you should. They are fun. You like Spider-Man or no? Like in general?
I liked Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield movies.
Oh, the Andrew Garfield. Okay. Yeah. I stopped watching after Toby. I think Tobey Maguire will always be Spider-Man in my opinion.
I
He,
liked him in 3. I didn't like him as much in the other 2.
I think he just fit like Peter Parker. Like he is Peter Parker. Like he's not even Tobey Maguire. He's just Peter Parker. You know what I mean?
I do.
Right? So you guys, last thing we're gonna end on. We're gonna switch it from to a bit of a movies. Now, remember Snakes on a Plane?
Snake!
Yeah. No, you don't remember Snakes on, you never saw it?
I've only ever seen 5 movies. You know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, but it's like, but you at least have you heard of Snakes on a Plane? With
Yeah, I have
Samuel
heard
L.
of it,
Jackson?
yes.
Okay. Because there's a pretty iconic line, like I'm tired of these mother effing snakes on these mother plane. It's kind of it's a legendary line. All right.
Yep.
Now there's sharks on a plane. Okay. So, and I know it sounds like Sharknado. It's not. Although Sharknado was freaking amazing, in my opinion. I absolutely thought it was hilarious and great. Sharks on a Plane is actually about a plane crash, and they're at the bottom of the ocean, and the sharks are literally surrounding them. And the trailer, if you guys haven't seen it, is up on YouTube. It looks pretty good to me. They're faced with sharks, like air supply. You know, it looks like a pretty solid movie. Okay. I'm all for this. I don't think it's going to be as cheesy as people are making it out to be because there was literally a movie in September called Slaughterhouse about a killer sloth. Okay, that's what happens. And I don't think that we're going to get this. This looks really good to me. Would I see it in theaters? Probably not, but I would definitely watch this if it was like on HBO or, well, we'll see. I may watch it in theaters. I'll let you guys know. I don't know if I will or not. Yeah, Hollywood is definitely running out of movie ideas. This is different take of a shark movie though, because we had the one, was it 47 meters or whatever, where they fell trying to do shark diving. That was somewhat, I didn't care for it, but you know what I mean? It was a different take on a shark movie. But Cocaine Bear was a true story. Only the fact that they found the bear stuffed with coke after it died. My guess is if a bear really took in all that coke, it would die minutes later. I would assume, right? Would you agree with that?
I mean, there's plenty of body mass there to
He
hold
was
it up. I
stuffed. They
think
said
that
his stomach was stuffed. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think bears are like sharks. I don't think they can just eat whatever and then survive. Do you know what coke does to you? Like, imagine having, he had like a lot in his system. His heart just had to have exploded.
probably.
Right? Like I feel like he had a run, like he was like running, he was enjoying it, and then all of a sudden it was lights out. But yeah, snakes on a plane was something else. But it's sharks, but this is different because it's, you know, they're crashed.
Yeah, that does seem like that's a fairly dramatic idea.
It's a dramatic idea, but I think it's the least like, I think if a plane obviously were to hit water, the at least water would shatter. I think everyone would flood if they weren't able to get out, right? They would drown. But I don't know what this is going to be about, but it seems pretty decent. Yeah. I haven't seen it either. I just know I knew of the real story, and I'm not interested in seeing the movie either. But I'm interested in this Sharks on a Plane. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but I am gonna go. Oh, February 16th. Bam, February 16th. Oh, look, in theaters and video on demand. I would totally purchase it for like $10 on demand, 1000%. I'm not gonna go to a movie theater for this, but I would definitely pay to see it there. So there you go. I'll let you guys know. I'll do a movie review on this. Yeah, that kind of sums up everything we've missed, we've talked about, we've covered. Is there anything you want to talk about, Jagger? Anything?
Not offhand.
Oh, what?
I got my quips in talking about the economy.
You got who talking about the economy?
I got my quips in for that one.
Oh, yeah.
We
Oh,
were
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Amazon laying a bunch
True,
of
true,
people
true.
off.
True. And
You've also been frozen on the Discord screen for like the last 40 minutes.
I don't pay attention to Discord. You should watch it on Twitch. I only put it there so
I
you see me.
I am watching it on Twitch, but it's
Oh.
10-second lag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. Well, forget. I hate Discord. Discord never works for me, my people. Like literally never. I'm not even worried. um, and I agree, bro. So if small time fan made movie are 10 times better than Hollywood, I would actually agree with that. I've seen a lot
You
of
know what my
small movies. Huh?
you know what one of my favorite TV series was, speaking of small time fan made stuff?
What was it?
Video Game High School.
Never heard of that.
It was Rocket Jump was who made it on YouTube, and then Netflix picked it up
Really?
after it got wildly successful.
Video game high school,
But
you
it was
said?
made on a shoot yeah, it was made on a shoestring budget.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that. I'm gonna have to watch that.
They took it off Netflix recently.
I'll find it. I have a,
So
yeah.
I don't know if you can get the last
Oh,
two seasons because they were Netflix exclusive, but I know you can get the first season on YouTube. I've watched it.
I have a jailbroken Amazon Fire Stick. I can get basically anything. Not that I'm condoning it. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't even have it. My point is,
Maybe I don't.
maybe I know somebody that does. Maybe it's not me. You know what I mean? You can find anything. Yeah, it's not me. I was joking, guys. Clearly, duh. I'd obviously go through Netflix. We always end it off in a quote. Before we end tonight's episode, this one comes from Assassin's Creed 2. I really like this quote. Wanting something does not give you the right to have it. Man, truer words never been spoken. I love that so much. No, the Winnie the Pooh was terrible horror movie. That was one of the worst movies, and I can't believe I wasted my time. The Mickey Mouse scary movies that are gonna come out because of the whole copyright thing that they no longer have licensing over, it's gonna get bad. The Steamboat Willie horror Mickey, bad. It's bad. I don't want to even hear about that being a good
It's
movie.
hilarious.
It's freaking awful. Sorry, but it's awful and we don't want to see it. We just don't want to see it. Yeah, we'll leave you guys here. I don't know if we're gonna be back. Next, I think I might have maybe my sister come so we can talk Real Housewives stuff over on YouTube. But if not, then I think we'll be back here not next week, but the week after. So keep your eye out on my social medias. I'll be making an announcement on that. First of all, Jagger, thank you so much again for joining us. Really appreciate you having you here. All right.
Before we go, I'm gonna answer Golem's question
What is it?
here. No, it's an esports show almost.
Really?
I'll talk to you a little bit more of it after we're off here, but that's what it's surrounded. This premise behind it is esports.
Oh, okay. That's definitely, yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that. Steamboat Willie is my favorite version of Mickey Mouse, but yeah, the horror movie, Bacon. Whenever you see these things, it's like I used to make. So my sister used to make home videos of like horror movies with her and her friends. Hilarious, right? Those were more entertaining to me than what's gonna be shown. Okay, guarantee it. I guarantee. As a horror movie lover and fan, these are gonna be ass, and that's just what it is. And just so you guys know, I'll be signing off here. I'm gonna get something quick to eat, and then I'll be back streaming Siege, back to ranked. Okay. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. I appreciate every single one of you. Take care. We will see you all next time.